Hull and Hull Kingston Rovers. Just completed half-time. There's the score. Rovers leading by 8 points to 2. And here's the man himself, Eddie Waring.
Well, thank you very much, David. There's the score. Hull 2 and 8 for Hull Kingston Rovers. Charlie Stone. Let's have a look at the Hull team. Fullback, Peter Elliott, Wilby, Prenderville. Halfbacks, Banks and Dedeen. And forward, Stindle, Wildman, Stone, Scarrett, Crane and Norton. With Chester and Madley, the subs. Well, that's the Hull Rugby League Football Club. And Hull Kingston Rovers, Proctor fullback, Hubbard, Smith, Hogan and Muscroft. Hogan got the first try. Hartley and Harkin, he got the other try. And forward, Holstock, Watkinson, Millington, Lowe, Casey the captain and Hall, Burton and Watson the sub. And team coach Roger the Dodger Millward. So let's have a look at Hartley first of all. He was a try scorer, Steve Hartley, and that was scored after 31 minutes. And the referee, Mr. Holt, is having a very good match. 2 or 3 near things. Prenderville went very close, so we'll come back to any summaries. If there's a break, we'll see the start of the second half. Hull 2, Hull Kingston Rovers 8. Trevor Scarrett. Not a lot of wind around, although the flags are blowing. Need a quick try, if possible. Gary Peacham. Ah, yes, coming on the strength of the tackle, Trevor Scarrett. The Hull fans now rising to chorus to wipe out the points that are against them. Charlie Stone, the captain, number 10. An early try would give them a lot of confidence. Steve Norton. Van Wyman, lively hooker. And there goes the whistle for the sixth tackle. Alex Murphy, of course, international half-back, etc., with me.
Well,
your view?
It's a tremendous game and it's a tremendous crowd. You can see these happy old supporters, even though they're 8-2 down, they're still getting behind the lads. And it's really a battle of supporters today. Hull Kingston and Hull, the best supported teams in the Rugby League, and you can hear why.
Well, there's certainly a magnificent crowd here. 36,000 watching this match, and at the end of the season, 34,500 plus other people making a magnificent attendance, looking good all the way around the stadium. Roy Holstock. But the competition, by the way, is the Slalom Malaga Premiership final. And it's a trophy that's played between the top 8 clubs. Nice breakaway. Almost took out the tackling on his right leg. He can't get up, but he does, Mike Smith. A good long one, Phil Lowe. Mentioned Phil Lowe many times before, seen him play abroad. What a good forward he is. And a nice bloke. Paul Harking. We're in the about 40 yards away. We've got a player injured, John Millington, in fact, near to the 25-yard line. There he is. John Millington. Cliff Wallace, the sub. Oh, it's not a good one. Lost possession and has lost something more. Needs to be, from Hull's point of view, an early 2 points or 3 points.
Well, you'll find out here that the toucher just come onto the field for a needless penalty by Tony Dean. He just put his knee, just leaned into the man. He'll plead he's innocent, but the toucher's no different, and so does the referee. and this could be a very costly mistake so early in the game.
Well, Terry Dean is almost appealing against that, with Phil Hogan also being named. There's St Michael's Church as Headingley, and Steve Hubbard to kick. Could be a vital settlement with this. 8 points to 2. Well, they are. Make double figures. Kicker of repute. Hubbard. And Renee go. Already kicked one. The whistlers go in unison to try to stop the effort of the goal kicking, but he can't kick it. But he does kick this one, so we're back to 8 points to 2, but it was of course worth taking. Hull finished, by the way, in this season's competition. It's finished after tonight, unless I say today whether it was a draw, but I don't think there will be. Hull finished 7th, Hulkington Rovers finished 3rd. Met 5 times in previous major finals. And so it's the team now that's going to make an early break, if possible, that might settle it earlier than we all think. With 5 minutes gone, and welcome to New Zealand and Australian viewers who are watching this. My greetings to two good rugby playing countries. Steve Hartley goes chasing the one. A bit of a push off. Just a bit of a feeling coming in. The referee needs to be in at it very quickly. It came out of a real effort of anger. Alex?
Well, I think you'll find out that it's something and nothing. Stevie Norton was a little bit irritated by the way Stevie Hubbard really rocked through him, and he reacted by pushing him forward, and really it was a petty kind of a situation. It happens in rugby league. They'll have a bit of a meeting in the middle of the field, but you'll find out that Mr. Holdsworth will say, you've done wrong, keep your head out, and it's a penalty.
Steve Norton and he's explaining. Looked like the soccer final one period. That is Mr. Holdsworth. And there's Steve Norton. Very serious about everything. Understandable, important cup match. Harlem Lager Premiership final.
Well, this is it back in. I watched Stevie over here, and he really pushes in. He's a big, strong lad. And Stevie Norton, who misses the first time, he knocks Stevie off, and he's back inside. He's still not happy with this. I'm going to have another go, and in it comes. Just watch the little top. There it goes. And rightly so, the referee penalises him. Just a little bit of friendly.
Steve Norton, good footballer, with a hard man. Knows his way about. John Millington. Score 8-2. Try here could be a killer, couldn't it?
Well, if Hull Kingston score here, this could be a very, very important score, and this is the position they like to be in. Young Paul Arkin is dictating play, he's moving the ball wide, and keeps drawing Phil Lowe outside him.
Runs into the tackler. Kingston Rovers, 8-2. Yes, he got the ball away, but it seems to be sitting around Casey, and the attackers have now turned defenders, and the penalty to Tony Dean. Well, that was quite a little bit of trouble, but it's like all rugby league matches, it'll soon get back to norm. And of course, a good tackle there. Please the main stand, we're on the popular, like the But popular, the crowd have been marvellous today. And thanks for all many letters and words and what have you, and cheers. A great, great day. So it's 8 points to 2. And straight in, which means it's ball back to Tony Dean. Well, the crowd is real days. Not much under 40,000. Hubbard, by the way, had no number on his jersey. It doesn't seem to bother as much as they used to, having numbers on jerseys. Were you guilty of that as a manager?
No, if you could get away with it in them days, you know, you could do, but the referee would spot it and obviously would make you put a number on because it's very difficult for him to recognise.
Yeah. Leon, going on to the blind side. Paul Proctor. So the margin is not a lot, really. Providing they get quickly into the scoring department. Hulkington Rovers 8, Hull 2. Making Liverpool with these, what I call rather short tackles, proving a little bit troublesome. 10 minutes gone. Hull 2, Hulkington Rovers 8. Second half. The trophy and the £4,000 for the winners. There we go. And the sixth tackle coming up, the referee putting his hand in the air to illustrate what we mean. He's going to have a go on his own. Mike Smith must be going on his own, and off he goes and scores a try. So that was a try by Mike Smith. 18th of the season, 11 points to 2.
Well, what a wonderful try this is, and this is the man who's got the class to do it. He's been threatening to do it this game. He's got the extra pace. He runs to the man, and Stevie Norton and Ronnie Wildman will not be happy with his tackling. And once this boy gets into the clear, can he go? And there's no way that anybody's going to catch this fella. What a very good try, and a very important try.
Well, it's over 10 minutes in, and that was a very good illustration of the situation. But 11 points to 2, with a chance of another 2 points. Third goal, third. So with 3 tries, the score 11-2. Steve Hubbard, quite capable of kicking this. I've had Hubbard on once or twice on television, and he talks very sensibly about goal kicking and scoring tries and playing rugby league football. Here he comes, 11-2. Renee goes all together, up it goes, he gets a lot of height, and but he gets nothing else except the little lad who got the ball. 11 points to 2. Has it gone out of margin?
Well, it always seems to be fine now that Hull Kingston know they've got that little bit extra pace. They know they can keep stretching Hull, and what they're doing, they're drawing them into the middle of the park, moving the ball out wide and using that little bit extra pace they've got.
Well, they've met 6 times over the last 2 seasons, and Rovers have now 4 and drawn out before today, and this season Rovers have beaten Hull twice in the First Division. So it's just this local rivalry. Well, they provided some good football towards the end of the season. The magnificent crowd, or gate, whichever you want to call it, shows the attraction of rugby league these days. Well, the Rovers, of course, lost at Wembley. Those were sickening days for them, but it hasn't affected their play. Steve Harty, lovely one into full low. And he gets out of it, he's enjoying it. A long one, 3-2. Peter Musgrove. That was a nice bit of play, Alex.
Well, this is nice to see Big Phil Lowe doing these blockbusting runs, because they say he's not a forward who produces in the big matches, but this is the man who's there. He is number 11, and he's certainly doing it today. He's having a tremendous game. He's lying deep, he's standing wide, and he's running off young Paul Arkin, who making a big difference to this game. And the Hull Kings at this moment are well on top.
Back to scrum figures. Hull Kingston Rovers taking the scrum 7-4. David Elliott. Whenever I see the picture of the crowd, I think what a wonderful crowd this has been. Charlie Stone, an experienced lad. Steve Norton. Oh, nice inside forward. He's got to come up as much as he can now. Hull need that try. Arthur Bunting, the coach. The crowd saw some things the referee didn't decide to do anything about. 6 tackles coming up. 15 minutes gone. That was a bit of, it was taken by Mike Smith, but Paul Prenderville lost it, which is unlike him. He had 2 tries in the first half, almost for the asking, but was pulled back wide on the line at the point when the tries were needed. Remember that incident, Alex?
Yes, Paul Prenderville has been very close twice. He's been really on the whitewash, and he can't have been any closer. He just worries whether he will score a try, but he'll keep on trying.
Run in with confidence. Steve Hartley in that particular position. The dummy Gidden. They all seem to want the ball with the red and white.
If you notice Paul Arkin on the floor, he does this little whittle, hoping that the referee is going to say, well, it's a penalty because, you know, the man's lying on top, but he's not. He's a very good professional, although he's a young boy. He's got a very old head on his shoulders, and if he can get anything out of the game, he will do.
Well, the early battle of the scrum between veteran Dean and young Harkin has always been in evidence. And the big crowd there at the back, and the stand full. Ricky Field on the other side. Shows the enthusiasm for rugby league these days. No wonder there are a number of clubs, hockey clubs, wanting to come into the game. And a differential penalty for all scrum offences except offside and foul play. So we know that bit better for the ruling. Phil Lowe, big Phil Lowe. Lost the ball. I don't know whether the cheers are in desperation or sarcasm. Charlie Stone. Number 13 left the ball behind, not for the first time. David Hall in this incident, and they just can't afford to drop any possession that they might get.
No, well, this seems to be the trouble with Hull at the moment. Stevie Norton is dictating the play, but the rest of the players don't seem to be able to follow him. And when they do follow him, they put the ball on the floor, which is really not good enough for this class of football.
Well, that's carrying close to Newcastle or some similarity. I see it's raining a bit, which might have some effect on the pace and the grass. Well, Derby was at this match, and Mile Eastwood of Matthew Brown, the sponsors. Get behind, he says. Get coming around to the scrum. Get back, get round. It used to be a very old argument with that sort of tackling in your day.
What he's actually saying is you hook the ball with your feet and not with your hands. And hookers don't like anybody telling them this.
Not giving the ball up that easily, even 2 or 3 would-be tacklers. Too low. Takes some stopping. Big John Millington. Hull. He's right in. Pillows away. Pillows away. Pillows away. We galloped when he run. Going without a jersey. David Hall. Is there. Max Smith. The tackling quite good, but not far from the try line. Little short run. Well, Roger Millward just gets his nut over the advertising board.
Well, he's probably a little bit happier this time than he was this time last week, because when he was at Wembley, he felt defeat and had defeat. But today, he looks like he's going to have success. He's probably got 2 cushions sat on there because he's not really big enough to sit over the top of that hoarding.
Well, you don't know how Roger at times. He's been a good man in rugby league football. So we've got David Hall, the injured player. And he seems pretty confident, of course, now. And Hall must get back into the game quickly. 11-2. David Hall hangs on to the back with the hands. Steve Norton and Dave Elliott and Gary Peacham. So it's all across the line. For dummy. Oh, lost. The ball handling is just giving a little bit of the weakness evident in this match after some good stuff. That was Tim Wilby. He went to Australia for a spell, I think, did Wilby.
Yes, he's normally a very good player and he's got a very good safe pair of hands, but it was really a long ball and the ball was going to ground long before he could take the ball.
They didn't seem to be enjoying it all that much, but probably they were not really looking. In the picture a lot, the Norton, long striding. He needed a little bit more support quicker. Got to take a net. Tim Wilby probably wanted to, no doubt wanted to make up for any mistake. Rather slow, but it probably will come off. Keith Tindall, will he slide over? Hogan took him. This is a right position, a vital position for points for the Scurry. Scored 11 points to 2. Yes, he must. Oh, it must be. McLean, yes, it was all the ingredients required to make a try at this point and open the game up. Hull 5, Hull Rovers 11. McLean.
Well, can this be the start of the comeback? Charlie Stone does a wonderful job here. He sees the gap, drives the ball through, and doesn't make Crane take this ball well. Well, a good try, and it put Hull really back in this game.
Well, they've been very loyal following, and no doubt there's regarding this as an omen for more points. 11-5, making it 11-7. Should be no difficult. Need to go, and up goes the hands and the whites and the red, but not much of the red. 11 points to 7 to open this game really up now.
Well, now we'll see the difference in this game now, because Hull have come back into this game with a vengeance. Hull Kingston have scored 3 tries, Hull have scored 1, but the difference and the margin is 4. And now we'll really see which one of these two teams have really got character and got a little bit of fight and spirit left in them.
Chris Burton comes on the field for David Hall, 14, jersey, 11-7. But we have one of the many sensations that we've had on grandstand this season, with late tries, pulling the match out of the fire. Wow. Kingston opened at 3-0, have never been behind. They were a little close now, 11-7. And a goal would be a remarkable noise. Nothing else there. Trapeze effort. Did he take it? From the bounce? Yes, get away. Paul Prenderville. The referee says play on. Appealing against an offence with John Millington. Penalty or foul play of some sort.
Well, I think Charlie Stone was accidental. I think he went in to tackle him and just caught him across the top of the kneecap. I don't think it was deliberate, but Mr. Holdsworth thinks differently. But we've got a different approach from Hull now we've got in this game. They realise the 4 points behind, they're putting a lot of pressure on, and like we said before, Paul Prenderville has been twice near the whitewash, and maybe he thinks he has a chance of scoring a try. He's been very, very close, and maybe he can turn this game. This is the man who's been very close on 2 or 3 occasions, and he's really having a go today.
Charlie Stone, veteran to a point, but the thing that struck me about the match is that the referee was being very, very much on top, and needed to be in this sort of match. Now this is the restart. The line was scored 11-7. And this is where the Rovers storming Edinburgh. And the noise and vociferous shouting. The fans are now really on their toes and enjoying this situation. And more play being at the opponent's end in the last 10 minutes or so, and the one in which Prenderville nearly scored. Been there 3 times, been close 3 times. This is a good footballer. He's in a good pass. Well, I won't say, I said it was a good pass. It was a good pass, but it wasn't quite the required distance that he could have liked to have got his compatriot away. Chris Burton. There'll be a tendency now for tactics. The sort of a knock-on. He didn't, of course, intend that, Chris Burton, but there will be tactics. 11-7. Can the final result differ from that, do you reckon?
Well, definitely back in this game, and I don't think Len Case will be too pleased about Chris Burton putting that down. He's a new man, he's just come onto the field, he may not be as warmed up as what he should be, and if he'd have caught that ball, I really believe that he would have scored.
Scrums, Old Kingston 7-6, and that's a magnificent crowd. And then they've been getting great crowds from the Humberside teams. Paul Proctor. Ah yes, the big fella, Phil Lowe, and he's dropped the ball. But he looked as if he was going to be away on the wing and a prayer. A bit of a prayer, but the wing didn't head going. Johnny Dean. Hull have improved in this last 10 minutes, well, in the second half, in fact. Half time they're down 8-2, now it's 11-7. Well, that's a sort of a situation. There it is, with 10 minutes to go. Hull 7, Old Kingston Rovers 11. Grandstand finish with a vengeance. Leave the kettle off for the next 20 minutes before you miss some of these great things. Whoa. He wrapped him up with the lines.
Well, I think now you're going to see Hull are going to throw everything at Old Kingston. I'm just having a look at one or two of the Old Kingston players. There's one or two.
Another point. We've got
the ball down.
Phil Lowe coming in.
Phil Lowe seems to have got a knock when he made that break, and if he's injured, it could be a big blow to Old Kingston. But at this moment in time, Hull are putting a tremendous amount of pressure on, and supported by a magnificent crowd.
Can you hear this noise, this cacophony of sound, which these two lots of supporters have done themselves well. Who's going to win? I don't know. 11-7. And Hull putting on their biggest attack for some time. Well, that was ambitious. That was Skerrett. Can Hull break down? He got the ball away and almost lost it. Keith Tindall. It's close. Score 11-7. Trying to get the far, can he get the pass in? Can he get carried through? He doesn't, and will be almost through. What a grandstand finish we're having. He's going to try and dive in and touch down McCrain. But not so. One tackle to go. They need the try. It's not a good try. It's not a good. Okay, but it might come off to unexpected Paul Woods. Scrum now. Well, that was very eventful.
Well, like we say, this Hull side are really throwing everything into this game now. But what a tremendous tackle that was from Chris Burton. It was a searching try, and really, if Jim Wimble had got away then, it would have been all over. And Hull are really back in this game at the moment.
Played on. They know to go in, but of course the referee is there and he knows the tactics, advantage and what have you. So I wouldn't for 1 minute criticize his judgment. He got up very quickly there to stop any probable trouble, which it hadn't been really a couple of times. Coming. Could be what they've been getting inside to the unnumbered Steele Hubbard. Well, the it's excitement galore on both sides now, and it's one that's going to probably have a bit of luck that's going to take this match, although the score is 11-7 and now got Medley on for Scurrett. Alex?
Well, I think you'll find at this moment in time as Ian Medley is coming on and as Trevor Skerritt goes off, this is a very interesting last 6 minutes, because Hull Kingston, as far as they're concerned, will want to play the basic rugby, play 6 tackles, and as far as Hull are concerned, they'll want to throw the ball about, take as many chances as possible, and try to put a few mistakes into Hull Kingston's path.
Well, they get possession, but there's a long way to go. And he takes the one up the middle. Just a little bit of, well, more than a little bit of tenseness evident. Getting the ball and coming into the short side. Harley Stone. A little bit. Gaining yard by yard. The team with the irregular hoops of their jersey. As a little lad, I used to think a lot about this whole jersey, because my school team was black and white. But 11 points to 7, 5 minutes to go. Taking a yardage with them. Bill Hogan. Possession now, so vital, so important, so necessary for the team with the points, and it's 11-7. Have you got a man of the match, Alex? Yeah.
Well, I think the man of the match for me would be Big Phil Lowe. I think he's had a tremendous game, but this fella may have a chance as well. But if at the moment you'll find that Hull Kingston will just play the 6 tackles, keep the ball in the whole half, and hope that they can maintain the pressure.
Those are the tactics. Keep possession, you say. 6 goes on, the referee puts 5 fingers and 1 more up. It's what's going to happen, of course. There will probably, I don't know what injury time there is, but there must be a little.
Maybe a couple of minutes injury time, but I think you'll find now, as far as Hull Kingston are concerned, there'll be no fancy frills. No. It'll be straightforward football, keep the ball. We've got the cup, they've got to score.
Now the Orchestral Society is feeling that the thing is up with the score so close. And scrums Hull Kingston Rovers 9-6. Would you think that the collapsing of the scrum was illegal at all in that particular instance?
Well, I don't think so. There must be some very, very tired men amongst these 6 forwards. They've really put a lot of work in, and there's still a lot of hard graft going in that pack at the moment.
Well, there'll be a new name on the trophy. With 3 minutes to go, don't quite know which team he will be. 11 points to 7, Hull Kingston against Allen. There's going to be a lot of enjoyment in parts of Hull tonight. Got to accelerate up the middle. He's going to go on his own and looking for support. Steve North once again. Tony Dean taking the ball. Chance on the wing, kicks the ball, going to try and bounce the ball down, and he was very, very close.
Well, that was a tremendous save again, and look at the man who's at the back there, Chris Burton. What a substitution this has been. He's saved 2 searching tries, he's just saved another one. But at the moment, Hull are really putting on the pressure, and they may snatch this even at this late stage.
Well, as we've often said about grandstand finishers, well, this is it, and it's a drop out from under the post. At least he's getting possession and got height, and they're hoping he'll knock on. feature being taken by Phil Hogan. The timekeepers, very important fellows at this moment. A sidestep and ball lost. And lost again, but remaining with the team in possession, and they're going to play the ball this carefully, I would imagine.
Well, Kingston, you'll find 6 tackles, 6 drives, or maybe a long ball down the field on the 5th tackle. But they'll certainly do no fancy stuff, and as this fella's proving now, they're acting out back, and man taking the ball, hold the ball, do nothing silly.
Well, there's only 1 minute to go. Then on top of that, a little injury time. We don't know what it is. The timekeeper does. Can't speculate, but that's not necessary. I know the score 11-7 at the moment. A nice short pass. The referee says it's all right, Steve Hartley. Making sure it was a 6th tackle in that case. Full time so far as we're concerned, but of course there's injury time. Hull 7, Hull Kingston Rovers 11. There is a loudspeaker announcement. Halfway line, and the forward now taking the thing and the match to themselves. I believe Len Casey is the man of the match, is the captain. Getting the ball away, and rightly so. Good long one, can he take it well? Vanderbilt, how far can he go? They'll roll him into touch if they can. They've had a minute of injury time. And the timekeeper's neutral. Almost lost the ball.
Well, is it going to be one of those finishes? Is it all going to be Hull? Is it going to be Old Kingston? Because Hull are really going into this game at the moment. But just at the wrong time.
The Slalom Lager Premiership final. 11-7. Hull Kingston Rovers take the trophy, and the colours run now onto the field. Just summing up, Alex.
Well, I think it's been a really tremendous game. There's been tremendous excitement here. There's been some brilliant tries. There's been some brilliant rugby league, and what a great advert for rugby league. And I think at the end of the day, the Slalom Lager Championship has been a really good entertainment for value for money, and there's nobody gone off this field, Old Kingston or Hull supporters, unhappy.
Well, the presentation trophy, Miles Eastwood, Sales and Marketing Director, the sponsor is Matthew Brown and Company, and Alex Murphy was with me, and the Earl of Derby, Miles Eastwood, have been connected with this promotion. And down in London, David Coleman will be there. It's been nice having a session with him today. But the colours are very evident. And here are the presentation trophy, Mr. Eastwood, that I mentioned. I saw a glimpse of David Oxley in that presentation. And there is the trophy. And David Oxley, the Rugby Secretary General. There's the Earl of Derby. Just went out of vision. Then Casey leading the team up, number 12. The Hull Kingston Rovers. That is the ladies, the followers, Steve Hartley, LKR, the winner, and officials of the clubs. Well, there it is. What a great moment it is. So there it is. Back to David Coleman in the grandstand studio.
Being pipped 2 tries, the first from Mike Smith of Rovers.